Welcome back to this week's episode of Friends of Kayla. I have the woman, the myth, the legend behind Nelly's List events, Nelly. Welcome, Nelly. It's great to see you.
I'm so happy to be here. You have no idea.
It's
So
really
happy.
amazing that you're here all the way from LA, but spend a lot of time in Miami. You're back in Brickell. I think you used to live in Brickell, you
I
said,
used to
right?
live in Brickell Key.
Brickell Key.
That was my first entry points in Miami. It was amazing, actually.
So yeah, when were you living in Miami?
Like 10 years ago. Yeah.
And has it changed a lot?
Before this big exodus, definitely. I mean, there was definitely action, amazing nightlife still. Actually, what drew me was Art Basel. I came for a weekend to stay by my girlfriend's place that lived in Brickell Key. And we spent the weekend doing Basel things, art, fun, good times. And I'm like, is this real life for you? And she's like, yeah. I was
Really?
like, I love this. Like, you saw dolphins from her balcony, you know?
It's insane. I wake up every day here and I'm like, how do I live in a place this beautiful?
Yeah, it's magic. It's really a gift and it's magic. And coming from New York where there wasn't so much nature and there was a lot of hustle, I really needed some space from New York. When I came to Miami, I definitely found it, and I decided to move to Miami from New York. So I lived in Miami for a while, did my events out here. And then I met my husband, and my husband lived in LA. So we dated cross country for a year, and then
He brought
he
you to
eventually
LA.
imported me to the West Coast.
But you're still back in Miami a lot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just assume you live in Miami because you do
Everybody.
all these blowout
Even my
events
LA
here.
people that come to my events that see me like from month to month in LA all assume I live in Miami. That's fine. We're kind of bi-coastal anyway, but like either way, Miami's always home. Always.
Yeah, no, Miami's the best place to be Jewish right now. But I guess for anyone new to Miami, new to the Jewish social scene, what is Nelly's List?
Here we go.
Here we go. Let's
Here
get
we
right
go.
into it.
Okay, so Nelly's List is just my name slapped on it because I put these events together with my heart and my name's on it. So it really is important for me to have like this special, wholesome place for people to get together and have a good time. So that's really what Nelly's List is. How it started was in New York. I was always like the pack leader. I was always like the social planner for everybody. And I went to Jewish school all my life, from like kindergarten to high school. I went to yeshiva. So I always had my like Jew crew, always with us. And we wanted to go to cool places, but we wanted to be together. We didn't like want to be in like random situations, just wanted to be with our group. So I would be the planner or I'd set things up, and people knew to call me to like, where are we going out tonight? Or how are we getting there? That kind of translated into later in life. Like I took on a more professional role. I was doing career event planning as a corporate event planner in the city in Manhattan. And I did that for a few years. And I was working for a very big company. And I learned how to do professional corporate events. I was dealing with very high profile brands and politicians and philanthropists. And that took me to a different level. So it wasn't just like throwing a group together anymore. It was like properly planning something from A to Z as a professional. Then September 11th happens. And September 11th affected my company because we were in corporate construction. And we were actually like the last phone calls of some of the people who worked in my office. So it was really devastating what happened then. And it was really devastating to my company. And then most of us got laid off. There was no parties to throw. This $1 million budget a year for entertainment was a zero now. There's no action. I was devastated, but that change or that closing door pushed me forward to like do my own thing, be an entrepreneur that I always wanted to be, but didn't even know about it. I had the venues, I had the contacts, I had the know-how, and in Manhattan for like, I don't know, let's say 15 years, I was producing events, but my own events. And I called it Nelly's List because in order to get in, you had to say my name at the door.
That's cute. That's cute. It's so funny because everyone in Miami talks about it like, oh, Nelly's List, Nelly's List. And it's like, who's Nelly?
Right. Is it even a person?
This is
What
Nelly.
it?
We're here with Nelly right now. So I love that we can finally put a face to the name.
It's funny that people don't know that. Or
No,
that I'm a
people-
woman. They think it's a guy, Nelly the rapper,
Oh,
like that
yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they may
have
not
no
have any
idea.
But that just goes to show like how you've scaled this business so much. You know what I mean? You're not just this tiny like business doing random pop-up events. Like you're cross country right now.
Thank God.
And you
It's been
started in
great.
New York at a time when like what was even an entrepreneur? What
Yeah.
was that even a term?
It was early
20 years ago?
20s, but think about,
Yeah.
okay, I want to tell you a little bit difference between New Yorkers and Miami and LA people, okay? New Yorkers, even at a young age, I remember like working. Like we've always been geared to go to school fine, finish college fine, but even through college or high school, we worked. And we were like a different breed of kids because by the age of, I don't know, 22, 21, I was working in corporate Manhattan. Also, side note, a bunch of us went to Israel at the age of 23 for the FIDF. It was the first leaders mission for Friends of the Israeli Defense Forces in New York. They didn't have a young leadership division yet. And we went to Israel together, all of us the same age, like early 20s, 21 to 25. And we came back and we formed the first board for FIDF. First gala.
Oh yeah,
First-
and now that's a huge annual gala.
We
Yeah.
blazed this road at a very, very young age. So I find that interesting because when I meet sometimes 20-year-olds from Miami that come to my events or LA, I don't feel that same hustle. I don't feel that same like push and drive. I felt like New Yorkers were just bred like in a different way somehow, you know? So I think that was like ingrained in myself already. And that kind of like pushed me forward to being an entrepreneur, or whatever it meant at the time for myself.
What did your family think?
I
Like
don't know
being
what
a New
they
Yorker,
think.
you know, like at the time you were doing this.
Honestly, they wanted me married. They wanted me married. They're
And
like,
how old were you at the time when you were laid off and like starting this
like early
entrepreneurial?
20s, like 21, 22.
Oh, so you were still super young. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But they still wanted you married at 21,
well, I
22.
grew up in a Sephardic community. I grew up in the Syrian community where, like, after school, after high school, you get married and you have kids and you just flow with that lifestyle. And that's a very old school mentality. And it was nice to be able to meet your soulmate at a young age and start a family at a young age. There was nothing wrong with it. I, like, myself marched in 7 weddings in 1 year from all my girlfriends who got married in their 20s. But it wasn't my calling. I didn't understand it either at the time. I'm like, oh, what's going on with me, you know? But I just found myself pursuing other things, traveling.
Did you feel the
know?
pressure though at the time of like,
Always.
all my friends are getting married?
Always.
Yeah, it sucks.
From day one. From day one that your first friend gets married, like you're feeling it. And not like there's something wrong with you. It's just like, how come not me? Why me not yet? You know? And like being in the dating scene, I was the one creating Jewish singles events. Well, you asked what Nelly's List is. So, like, besides just putting events together, there's an essence to Nelly's List. And why are the events being put together? And that's really to bring, at first, people together. I enjoy it. There's simcha, happiness, which is one of the biggest mitzvot to do, is bring people together in happiness and give them a happy time. So that's like a high for me. But also, it's Jewish people getting together. And when you put all these people together in a room, something has to happen, you know? And thank God there's like been a lot of marriages, a lot of hookups, a lot of breakups, a lot of everything from these events. But it's because of the audience that's coming together and the essence of why we're getting you together. You know?
Well, I like your events particularly because there's always something centered around them. Like you just had your big Art Basel event, which brought together Israeli artists, and there was like a fire show. Like there was more than just let's get 100 Jews together in a room to mingle and make Jewish babies. Like I think those events.
Although that's kind of the point.
I mean,
but
that
it's
obviously
okay.
is a point, but there's another reason to be there, and I think that's what draws people in initially, and then you're there to connect and actually meet like-minded Jewish individuals. But I think that's what a lot of people nowadays may have a problem with, is like some of these Jewish events feeling cringy or feeling like, oh, the only purpose of this event is to go and meet a Jewish girl or a Jewish guy. Like I don't want to do it.
Right.
At least that's what I
intimidating.
felt a lot of when I was like living in New York. I think Miami's a bit more open-minded and people are more interested in going to Jewish related events. But I'm wondering from like your experience, like how that has changed, like the perception from the community over the last few decades.
I just feel like you have to give people a professional experience. Like, I want to bring you to Art Basel, and I want you to feel like it's Art Basel. I don't want you to feel like it's a Jewish party, but I want to integrate amazing Jewish artists. I want to fly in my favorite artists from Israel to showcase for the community. I want the music. I curate all my music. Like, I had 5 different DJs, and I speak to each DJ, and we talk about what kind of music to play. And I always integrate international, Arabic, Hebrew, because I want you to feel an experience first before you feel like it's another Jewish party or it's a Jewish dating event. That's going to happen. You know, people have come to my events and met each other and will hit me up and be like, yeah, I remember that Purim party like 3 years ago at the National. Well, we're engaged now. You know, and that just recently happened to 2 friends. You know, I don't want you to feel like you're walking into some kind of cringe party. That's not the goal. The goal is to give elevated experiences, be it kosher. Like, just this past April, I did a pop-up for Passover. It was called Nana Beach. It was amazing. It was sold out every day because the community wants to be together. And I want to give the community the best. I got a place on the beach. I made it fully kosher for Passover. I got some great team players to be, with us as the team producing it. And and it was like young people and like my parents' age or even older. And we were all just chilling, having a good time, eating kosher for Passover food, listening to amazing music, and enjoying Passover holiday together. You know, that's the essence of my events. I'm not trying to just throw some party. I'm trying to get the community together to achieve simcha. We've been through a lot, okay? It's by the way, Kayla, just saying, it's very, very, very difficult for me personally to be so energetic and so happy and put on a happy face when what just happened in Australia happened. I'm broke. I'm not broke. I'm numb. Like, after October 7th till now, right this second, I don't have feelings anymore. Like, my eyes cannot see anymore. So my response is to do more for the community, to be more like in happiness, to achieve success with the community through shidduchim or whatever, philanthropy, the art, whatever I can do. A, because I love it, but B, because I want us to be happy already. Like, we had enough.
Yeah, and be together and be... That's all that we can do. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and be in harmony together, because sometimes we're not in harmony together, and that also sucks. So when you come into my space, you're walking into this, you know, and that's my achievement when it comes to these things. And then it's my high when I hear somebody got married to their soulmate from coming to my event.
Yeah.
You know?
So have you been to any Nelly's List weddings?
I have.
Yeah.
Many.
Okay.
Many. Thank God. Way past the 3 gets you into the heaven
To
pass.
heavens, yeah. Oh, that's incredible.
Thank God. Baruch Hashem.
And did you meet your husband at a Nelly's List event?
Isn't that funny that I didn't? Isn't that
I'm
wild?
shocked. Because you must have been meeting new guys every
Dude, you know how
single
many
weekend.
parties, how many Jewish singles parties I've done in multiple cities around the world, and that's not the way Hashem chose for me to meet my husband.
So how did you meet your husband?
It's actually the most wild story. I was living in Miami, and I had the most beautiful sunsets from outside my window. And at the time, Instagram just came into play. Like, it just got announced. Okay, it was super new. And I uploaded a picture of the sunset and to Instagram. I hashtagged it sunset. And then I was just chilling. I was by myself in my apartment, bored. And I was like, let me click on sunset and see other people's pictures. And that's how I found this. That's how I found him, through his picture of a sunset.
The hashtag. I
Yeah.
forgot that used to be a thing where everyone would check the hashtag.
Sunset.
Wow. So he had a picture.
He had a picture of a sunset, and I liked it. And that was it. There was no him. I didn't see a face. I didn't know who he was. Nothing. I just let million pictures I'm flipping through. I saw maybe 1 or 2 that I liked, and his was one of them. So then we were both profile private. So he couldn't see me. I couldn't see his stuff. and he friended me. Remember friending somebody?
Yeah. He
Not
friended
following,
me on Instagram.
friending.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. And I started to check out his page, and he started to obviously check out mine. And we had a lot of things in common. Like, I had one with the Israeli flag. He had one with the Israeli flag. I was at the Israeli Day Parade. He, like, just very parallel stuff. But I've never met him before. No mutual friends. Not my type.
Oh,
I never
would
went with
like to talk about
Ashkenazi
that.
guys. This guy was the whitest meat I ever saw. Blue eyes, red beard hair. I was just like,
Is he a ginger?
like a little, like a mix, like
Oh.
blondish ginger.
Okay.
Yeah, Ashkenazi.
Yeah, Ashkenazi. That's
I always went for like the dark, scruffy, terrorist-looking guy, and this is like the whitest dude. So I was like, okay, whatever.
you're
I
like,
didn't
he's
even
not my
think about
type,
it.
but let's see what happens.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't
no,
even a let's
you weren't
see.
even let's see.
No,
you were
because-
not interested.
Come on, how many people hit you up on Instagram? You look at every guy and you're like, oh, maybe let me see if I'm interested. No, it was just a random dude that I liked the picture of. You know what I mean?
True.
I had no idea.
Right.
So there was no let's see. It was like, okay, 3 months of following each other, and then he found me on Facebook. So look at this. So it's like Instagram, then Facebook, and what was interesting me on Facebook was I write a lot. I share a lot of pictures. I write little things from the heart, kind of stuff. And he started to read that stuff. And that's how he started to get to know me like a little bit deeper. He's like, oh, look at this chick. It's not just a picture now. I'm reading her words. I'm liking it. Like, I'm digging her, you know? So he hits me up on Facebook, and he's like, oh, if you're Nelly's List that I found on Instagram, I also like your sunset pictures and Shabbat Shalom. That was the first interaction.
So 3 months after following.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I'm like, who's this nerd? Like Shabbat Shalom?
Oh
Like,
my God.
what?
You're like, this is so not
like,
it for
this is
me.
so
This is
nerdy.
the yeah, this is so dreamy.
So nerdy.
This like reminds me of my mom telling the story of how she met my dad. It's
Same
like you
stuff?
always end up with the nerd. Like, why
Yeah.
is the nerd always the
But
one
I
that
want
wins?
to tell you why. Can I tell you?
Tell me.
Because it's not nerd. I want you to remove.
Because I need a
Yeah.
lesson here, Nelly. Because
Yeah,
I go for the
I'm
hot,
gonna tell you what's
cool
up.
guys, and I'm done. Because like that, while that's the physical type that I maybe like, I'm attracted to that the terrorist look.
It's so true.
It's true. Like you like the dark, tall, hot
Yeah.
terrorist look, whatever. That's not probably not husband.
Okay, it could be, but I want to tell you why you have to change the word from nerd. Okay? You're changing the word from nerd to nice. You understand?
But do you really want the nice guy?
Yeah.
You do.
You want to know what line I said after I started dating him? I said, this is the nicest guy I ever met. And the nicest guy you ever met is going to be the best dad.
Yeah.
And the nicest guy you ever met is going to love Hashem. And he's going to love to be a father and love to be a husband and love family. And he's going to be just nice. And that's going to be amazing for you in your future.
Yeah.
It's really real. You know, and there was nothing wrong. It wasn't like, oh, he's nerdy, he's this, he's that. It wasn't any of those things. It was just like, I wasn't used to it.
But then he grew on you.
I wasn't used to being with somebody so just go with the flow and nice. I was used to guys in New York that are a bit chauvinistic, a bit, you know, whatever their thing was. And I had some great relationships, but they never were serious. He was serious. Like our first meeting our first meeting after this connection through social media was me flying to LA. So he said, you know, we got to meet each other. We were talking for a few months, and he's like, if we don't meet each other, this is fake news. You know, I was in Miami, he was in LA. And I was like, well, if he comes to Miami, this is La La Land. Like, I live in a hotel in Bell Harbor. This is not like real life. If I want to know what real life is, I'm going to go to LA and I'm going to see what his apartment looks like and see his parents and see what's up. So I took a chance and I did a one-way ticket. We met at baggage claim for the first time.
Oh my gosh. This is like out of a movie. I love it.
Okay, so we met. It was cool. It took some adjusting from, you know, in real life, you know.
Yeah, you're just like pen
connectivity.
pals
Yeah.
up until this moment.
You have to see somebody physical because chemistry is real. So we're animals. We have pheromones. Like our smell matters. So if you are nauseous from somebody, it means you're not meant to have babies with them.
Okay, so my friends have been talking about this recently, and someone recently asked me, like, did you like his scent? And I'm like, I've never been asked that before. Is that like, I've never once been like, I don't like this guy's smell, besides a guy having like a bad cologne. But you're not talking about cologne, you're talking about
Physical.
your actual.
Yeah. Being.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. I dated a guy who's very handsome, very nice, very like in line with who I am. Nothing unappealing about him, but there's something about when he touched my hand, I was nauseous. And I just was not attracted to him, no matter how nice looking he was. But I didn't feel those feelings when I met my husband. Even though he was not my type, I was attracted. Yeah. I didn't have any repelling feelings, like there was nothing there that made me feel otherwise. And that's also part of the relationship. You need chemistry. You need to have babies together. Like there's no like, what, maybe, and it has to be for the both of you. So that happened. So that was good. And we continued. We dated for a year. And then after a year, we got engaged, and we were looking for venues where to get married. And it was like, should I go back home in New York to be with my fam in the middle of the freaking blizzard? Should I get married in LA? I know no one here. I know no one in LA. Like very small amount of like family, no friends. That it was totally new territory for me. Or I'm here in Miami and I want to be with my family and friends here. And we ended up getting married in Miami. That was my last hurrah before moving to LA. And I've been in LA for 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
She moved. We took the Miami, New York girl to LA.
Yeah, I went West Coast, baby.
How has it been?
West Coast is a different coast.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
I don't think I could do it, honestly.
It's nature's stunning, mountains that flow into oceans, mountain majestic views from my house, like amazing, okay? Really special. For my family, amazing. I have 3 kids. I have a 9-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old. And thank God, like for family life, Jewish community life, amazing. Nelly's List also. We have Nelly's List Social Club. It's the LA-based Nelly's List.
Oh, nice.
Thank God it's been great. So for that, yeah. But it has its problems, and I find myself bi-coastal. I've been LA, Miami for almost forever. And I find myself, I was just here 2 weeks ago with you. I flew back to LA and came back because my family's here. My parents moved here. My family's like, my good friends are here. My family's around. So I'm back. Also, the events for me here have a different vibe. There's an energy here that I cannot mimic in other places, and I respect that.
Miami's special.
Yeah, look,
we're loud and proud here. Not that LA isn't, not that New York isn't, but it's a different
type of
vibe.
culture. Yeah. There's a Latin community.
Exactly.
We have the Israeli community. Vibe. We have a mix from New York, a mix from Europe. Like my friends are an eclectic group of amazing people. And when we get together, we feel energy together. Not to say other cities don't have that. Tel Aviv had that when I've done events there. LA still has its magic. New York for sure had its hurrah. By the way, I don't do much in New York anymore. Like once I left in New York, I really felt like I achieved every goal in like the 15-year run of the nightlife that I did. That nostalgia doesn't exist anymore in New York. It really changed. Not just as a city, but like the industry changed. The nightlife changed. The big Jewish parties, they don't exist anymore like they did back in the day. How old are you?
Yeah, 29.
Okay, so in our 20s, we take over like the biggest venue, like Capital, which is like 3,000 people big.
Yeah.
We'd fill it up with 3,000 people and have 1,000 people still outside waiting.
Yeah, I've never been to an event like that in New York in my 20s.
The energy was wild.
Yeah, I never did that. Like the biggest events I've been to were the galas.
Yeah,
and
that phased into a new blaze. Like people want to be a little more sophisticated. They didn't want to just go to a club or a nightlife party. They wanted to go something where they dressed up, gave money, became philanthropists.
Yeah, more of like the charity events.
And like I said, I was part of FIDF's Young Leadership Board for 13 years. So like that was me too. You know what I mean? So there was both.
Yeah, there's definitely not the large scale like banger club Jewish parties anymore in New York. But
such a good feeling though.
No, that's so
Amazing.
fun. I mean, hey, I love a good party, but it's just in general though, like nightlife has changed. There's this more like non-drinking culture. There's
Yeah.
this sober culture, wellness culture.
Coffee
So a
and
lot's
chilled
changed.
now.
Coffee and chill.
It's
Yeah,
about
like that's a
wellness.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah, especially in Miami. But wait, I'm so curious to hear more about like your husband and just like your dynamic.
Okay.
No, just because like we were talking before the interview about how someone called me an alpha woman yesterday, and it was a guy friend, and he said it so lovingly, but he's like, it's gonna take a special guy to be able to like handle that. And I don't know you well enough to say that you're an alpha woman, but you're a strong, independent woman. You're doing all these events, you're social. I see a lot of like similarities between us. How do you balance that with finding a partner?
Yeah, no, it's a great question because I definitely was challenged by it. I definitely was in my mind saying like, I don't know, not all my girlfriends are like me, right? And I don't know how that will translate into a relationship where somebody or maybe guys will be intimidated by it, which they were. But there were the guys that weren't, and a lot of them. So it was good too. Okay, so alpha. Look, in business, you have to be serious. You know, you got to be serious about yourself. And you have to take the things that you're doing seriously because people are counting on you. And that's how I am. So you could call me whatever you want, alpha, strong, whatever. But I don't care because in the end of the day, it's me. And I want to be the best type of professional and best type of person. So I'm going to act that way, whether that, scares people away or not.
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, like the right guy is going to be.
You have to be your authentic self.
Yeah, like you're not going to be with someone that's not accepting of who you are.
Okay, but wait.
Or intimidated.
The guy who told you that maybe doesn't also know your other side. So let's say you did meet this amazing guy. You don't need to be alpha anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not alpha with my husband. I'm the complete opposite. Like, he is my man. Like, he is my king. Like, I want him to be happy. He's first. And I don't need to be first in place or telling him, like, rules and instructions. Like, that's not a relationship. That is my relationship with work, males.
Yeah. Men in the workplace, it's different.
Or people
at home with my husband. Yeah.
But no, you become soft. You become loving.
Maybe I just haven't experienced that, and I've dealt with a lot of these like
100%.
pussy.
No, it's okay. That's what it is. But guys need to be put in check sometimes too. Sometimes they don't know how to act either. It's real, So don't define yourself and don't be worried about it because the only thing that's going to gravitate your besheret, your soulmate, is you being your authentic self. When you project that forward, there's going to be like a magnetic effect that pulls in those people to you. And it's also your choice. It's not what he thinks or what he wants. It's also what do you need in your life to make your life great with your partner?
I think that's a big question for me is like, being such a alpha woman, I guess, or like a hustler, someone that's doing a lot of different things. It's like, I'm very independent and I don't want someone to take away from that. But I think
look at my husband.
Yeah.
Without my husband, nothing would happen.
And like here you are with 3
He's my
children,
rock.
your husband, and still doing all these things, flying across the country for events. Like, it's
before
possible.
even coming to you, I had that thought in my head. Like, I would not be able to do any of this, any pursuit of myself, any pursuit of my career, any pursuit of my neshama's purpose without him. Yeah. So your husband sustains all these rules. And that's why I'm going back to the nice guy. The nice guy rule, girls. Okay? Because you need a nice guy that allows you to be you.
My friends and I recently, we've been like, he's just a good guy. And we just need a good guy.
Yeah, and it'll come.
And there are good guys out there.
And you're doing the work and he's doing the work. That's why you're not together yet. Yeah. There's something going on and you don't know because you don't know him maybe yet. So there's 2 ways you can meet your bashert. I always say this to everybody.
I like this. I've never heard this. Okay.
Okay, so it's either someone you know from your past that you never thought could be the one or a stranger from your future.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 options. And I know either one is like difficult because you're like,
but who is he?
Right.
But which one, Nelly? Tell me.
But ready?
Yeah.
Hashem is the ultimate matchmaker because Hashem has it all scheduled out for you. And you have to have the emunah and the bitachon, the belief and the trust in Hashem to just go forward and just be you and not be worried and not. I was one of those girls. I was worried. I only got married when I was 35. And a lot of people's concerns like, oh, 35 to 40 or whatever it is. I want kids. I want a lot of kids. And you can't have that in your mind. You have to just do you. And I've seen many girlfriends actually just recently met up with, they got married later in life, are pregnant or have had their first child in their late 40s, and everything is amazing. And I don't want anybody to think otherwise, because I was also worried about that stuff, you know? But for you, I'm just saying, do you. The reason why I was attracted to you, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, like, you're attracted to me? Tell me more.
Feeling like weird about
Don't
it.
tell your husband, but
Ooh,
yeah.
Sorry. The reason why I was attracted to you was because of your authentic self. Like when I listen to your podcasts, it's you, you know, and the things that you're saying are not made up or to gravitate, like it's not a sales pitch, you know, it's just you and your neshama's purpose. And when you do for the Jewish community, it speaks volumes. Like it says a lot about you, you know? So that's why I was like, oh, we're friends.
We got to connect. Yeah.
We're friends already. Yeah.
No, for sure. And I love supporting people like you well, you've been doing this, number one, for much longer than I've been doing it.
Thank you.
And like, we need more people like you. And it takes a special person to be a community builder.
Thank God, yeah.
And be successful at it. So
thank God. It's work. It's not easy.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of times put aside from my family, a lot of time put aside from my like regular life, but it's my passion. And I really believe it's my soul's purpose. I believe that I was destined to fill this role.
No, it's a mission. You're on a mission. And
yeah. You know what? A lot of Chabads that I work with a lot of rabbis from Chabad, LA, Miami, New York. And they all say, you're shlucha. And I'm like, what's a shlucha? And they're like, you're shaliach. You're a messenger. They are messengers. They were sent by the Rebbe, like the ultimate rabbi, to be shluchim, to be in different areas to convene Jews and to help spread Judaism. And a lot of the times they've said that to me, and I respect it so much because it's such a special role and it's a hard role. But it's kiruv, it's bringing Jewish people together in a special way. And I feel like everybody has a craft, like an artist somehow has a gift to make the most amazing art. So do party planners.
Yeah. You can do it all. It's also art. It's the same thing.
You have a
It's your
vision
craft.
that you turn into reality and you craft it for an in real life experience. And it's the most magic feeling afterwards, you know?
So you're in Miami right now. I mean, it's Hanukkah. This will come out a little bit after Hanukkah, but you have a Hanukkah event this weekend.
Yes.
Where's the Hanukkah event?
So we're doing a Hanukkah event at Astra. It's in Wynwood on a beautiful rooftop. And we're doing a Deserts Nights theme. I love Arabic music. And my family's from Egypt. I don't know if I told you that.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
no.
my mom's from Cairo.
Wow.
And that entire side of the family is from like Turkey, Lebanon,
So
Istanbul.
your family speaks Arabic?
Yeah. I grew up speaking Arabic.
You speak Arabic?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, you would never know.
No.
Like so many little, like the Jews come from
unreal,
all
huh?
over. Like,
It's really a unreal thing how much like patterns we have in our quilt. Like you would never know.
you never know.
Yeah.
But now you're married to an Ashkenazi man.
But you know what? You'd never know. He speaks fluent Hebrew.
He does.
He's so Zionistic. He lived in Israel. Like his shirt's button is till here. It's like an Israeli guy.
Yeah.
You know, like you would never know. Like this is a
But that's
Ashkenaz guy.
He has
This is
that
like,
same
he has that
feeling
soul.
inside. Yeah, which is important. Because
Yeah.
you obviously feel that so deeply. And that's a big,
That was a part of
big thing.
why that relationship worked, because we're on the same page. You know, it wasn't like, oh, what religious level are you? It was like, I love Israel and I'm very connected to this country and it's very important for me to be there, to include it in my life, into my children's education. And he's like, yeah, me too. Even more than me, maybe, you know?
No, that's really special to be on the same page. I think that's
Yeah.
now like becoming almost a 30-year-old woman. Like that's in the last few years been something that's like I always felt uncomfortable with my Judaism growing up, but then later in life have really developed really like I've become a whole new person, honestly. Like my friends
Okay.
are like, oh my
That's
gosh, like
amazing.
you were not Jewish like this growing up. And even my
But what
parents
made
are like,
it? What sparked this? Where did it come from?
so I mean, I lost best friends because of October 7th and our differences in beliefs. And I didn't have a good Jewish friend group at all.
Right.
So that'll do it, you know, when you feel like you were best friends with people for a decade
Wow.
that were your sisters. Lebanese Muslim girls, their family like unfollowed me on Instagram after October 7th. Like, yeah, so I went through a best friend breakup like 2 years ago, but now I'm on the other side of it. And that's why this has been my passion project of trying to build my own community and be a voice for people that maybe feel like they don't have a voice right now or feel like they want to be more connected to their Judaism, because I was never connected to it. And I feel even more and more connected every day. And now it's crazy how like important that is to me when it comes to like finding a partner. Like I want someone to feel the way that I feel.
But isn't it crazy that it sometimes takes something so crazy to happen for us to wake up, for that spark to spark? But the difference is that you made a choice to fulfill a purpose. So this is not just like I want to be more Jewish. Like you're taking it to the mic.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a
No, you're not
like
trying.
let's fucking talk here.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
give you like the applaud, okay?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're doing it. So
But I'm learning every day, you know.
but you're bringing to the forefront great Jewish people together to see who each other are so we can recognize one another and have a voice. And that's what you're here to do. And it's amazing. And it's part of the purpose. There are also people who are not, they're affected like we are, like after October 7th or whatever in general, but don't do anything about it.
And that's a big reason too I moved to Miami, is because I felt, I mean, maybe it's because my friend group in New York was primarily these girls from college who, you know, were not
Did you go to Jewish school as?
No, and that's the thing. I
Okay.
went to liberal arts school in Pennsylvania. I went to a boarding school for high school. Like I was like the token Jew, you know, which is so interesting because my parents are both super Zionistic and like Jewish, but we grew up in a small town in Massachusetts. So it just wasn't like
Part of it.
part of my
Yeah.
life. I never even grew up observing Shabbat at all. But yeah, so I've done a full 180, I would say. But I do feel like more connected to like my authentic self.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you
this
said,
is the
going back to
age to
that.
do it because you've been through some stuff already, you know? Just personally. But then also, we all, as a Jewish nation, have just, well, we keep going through things. Like it's still not over somehow. But we all went through this trauma together and the highs and lows with it, you know? And I think that a lot of us, from what I've seen from my events or from the people that I've met along the way recently, are really motivated to make a change or become more part of the community or become a little more religious or find themselves a little bit more. Because if we don't keep it and if we don't, you know, respect or observe, we're gone.
It's gone. Yeah. And that's why, even if it's just lighting Shabbat candles, like you don't have to be following every single tradition, but just doing something that makes you feel just that much more connected, I think is meaningful.
That's why I'm doing the Hanukkah party.
Yeah.
Just being real. Like some people don't even know when Hanukkah is, but then they see a flyer like, oh, okay, now it resonates with me. It's like during this time frame. And then I call it the seventh night of light because I want you to understand that there's we're lighting a candle for the seventh night. Like I'm having a menorah lighting. Like I'm having a havdalah. Like I'm bringing light and blessings in a Jewish tradition, but to like a mainstream fun place so we can have the holiday together and we can have the blessings and the mitzvot that we're supposed to do, but we could also have a good time, you know? And that's why I do the events. It's Purim, it's Passover, it's
And like you said, people may not
us
know.
getting
They
together.
may not realize like when these holidays are because they're not as religious or not as connected, and this can bring them in.
Kayla,
and
some people have
help
never
them
done
feel-
Havdalah in their life. I did a Sukkot event in LA. It was the first time they even saw or heard about it. You also pass around bisamim, like spices, and they had no idea what I was doing. And that's fine because some people
I
don't
wouldn't
grow up
know.
with it.
I
and
wouldn't know the
I would say
spices.
you wouldn't know because
Yeah.
you didn't grow up with it or see it or you're not part of it. But I want to give that to you.
Yeah, no, it's
I
beautiful.
put it
We
under
should-
your
we
nose
should know.
and
yeah.
I make you smell it and I make you make a bracha on it because I also want the zechut, it's like the merit to have the brachot, these blessings at my event. Like I want to be able to give that platform to you to learn, but also I want the honor for you to do your first bracha with me. Like, I love that. You know, it's such a special way, but it's so casual and chill that you can be a Jew and you can enjoy being a Jew and you can feel energy from this special stuff at a party. You don't even have to think twice. You're dressed up, you have makeup, you look amazing, and you're lighting the menorah and you're doing Havdalah and you're amongst Jews and you're listening to Israeli music. I mean, come on. It's like Tel Aviv, dude.
Yeah, literally bringing Tel Aviv to the States is what you're doing.
Totally.
No, it's beautiful, and I love everything that you're doing and continuing to do, especially as a mom of 3. Like, I don't know how you do it. Your children are gonna be like, oh my God, our mom was so cool, or
They're
is so
so
cool.
amazing too. The kids are amazing too. They're sweet, they're kind, they're good kids, they're interested. You know, oh, can I come to your party? When I did the beach club, they actually came to the party. So my son even referenced it today. He goes, you know what? I did come to your party. Do you remember the beach club? I'm like, that's right, Jojo.
That's so cute.
Or I bring an art piece for them from Art Basel. I had one of the artists make something for my son and my daughters. So like, they're
Sweet.
part of it and
Yeah,
they
that's
respect
really
it.
sweet.
Yeah.
The legacy will live on.
God willing,
Maybe
let's
they'll
see.
be doing some
no
events
pressure,
too.
kids.
No
pressure, but
But
it's-
hopefully-
it's fun. It's fun.
And I'm letting it's a lot, but I give you so much credit because putting these together, it's not easy, but you're doing it so well. And I'm so happy we were able to chat today, Nelly. Thank you for being here.
I really, really appreciated the time. It was amazing. Thank you, Booba. I appreciate it, and I wish you good luck and only good success and everything that you want from your heart. Love you. Yeah.